Let me add some. Okay, hi. This is how you create a Facebook ad for your listing. So you want to first make sure that you have a smart plan in place. So we're going to start by going to Smart Plans. And then we're going to go to the library here. And we're going to type in KWGC. Now you want to scroll all the way to the bottom and get this new one, this new Facebook listing follow-up. So go ahead and click Add Smart Plan. And you can get rid of all of this stuff here if you want. I would probably keep new so you know, but get rid of like the KWGC at the end and then just go ahead and download. So once you have that, you can go back. I'm pretty sure that this is set up already, but let's just edit and make sure. So I would have you go in and edit and make sure. So you actually can get rid of this 1-day delay. So go ahead and just hit delete and remove. So the very first thing that's going to happen is that an email will go out from you. It will go to the contact. It'll say it's from your name with Keller Williams Greater Columbus. And then if you want down here, you can add your phone number, your email, all that good stuff. 3 days later, another email is going to go out. 3 days later, it's going to have you add it to the biweekly neighborhood nurture using the listing address. And then 3 days later, it's going to say, hey, send them a text and see if there's anything you can help them with. So let's scroll back up to the top. What you're going to want to do is add a trigger for this event. And hopefully you've already created a tag. If you haven't, you're going to have to create a tag, and you could just do a Facebook tag. So Facebook. Don't think you can create any from here, so hopefully you already have a tag that's Facebook. I'm going to open a new tab right here and go back into Command and add that tag. So this will show you how to add that tag. So you can get into Command at the same time in another tab, which is really nice. We'll just see how long it takes. So you're going to click on your name in the top right-hand corner and go to Settings. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to go to Command Settings, Contacts, Contact Tags. From here, you're going to create a tag, Facebook lead, and you can give it a color and create. So now once you have that created, you can go back here to this tag and you should be able to type it in. I'm going to actually say back, and I'm going to save it without the tag, and then I'm going to go add that trigger again. So we're going to type in now and it should appear. Nope. Okay, so back. Let's go ahead and save this. We're going to go out of it. And then we're going to go back and edit it one more time because we want this smart plan to trigger when a lead comes in. So when the lead comes in, then you want this email to go out and this to activate for you. So we're going to go back in. It's taking its time right now. Hopefully it recognizes that the tag. So we're going to add a trigger, go down to tags, type in Facebook, there it is. We're going to say, yes, I want this to trigger when I want it to tag them, Facebook lead, and then trigger this. So we're going to confirm that, save one more time, and then we're going to go out. So now that you have your smart plan in play, the next place you're going to go is to Designs. So you'll go to the Design Center, and you're going to go to Create Design up here, and we're going to do social because this is a social paid ad, and continue. And then you have your options on the left-hand side. So you have your options of under listings, of for sale, just listed, one of those two. Since it's new, I would probably say just listed. And then I would opt in for the social square. I would choose social square. It's good for Instagram and Facebook. So what you want to do is just pick the one that you like the most. I like it to be very prominent that it says just listed. So maybe this one right here, you got to think about what picture you have also here. I think something that will pop and catch someone's eye is what you want to look for. So maybe this one that says just listed, I'll go here. So there's a couple of things you can do. I don't think if you have your listing in KWLS, you can click KWLS and then search by MLS number and type that in there. That will give you all access to your photos and all your listing details. But if you don't have it in KWLS, or in the MLS, I should say, you can go to images here and you can add from your computer one of your listing images. So you could just go to your computer and then I'll just pick a random house. So you can update, you can add it there. What you want to do then is click on your picture over here so it's selected, and then hover over this, and this icon is the replace button, so it will replace it. You want to make sure that the picture you choose will fit into this square. So up here is where you want to change the address. So you could use the typewriter, and then we'll just change that to 123 Main Street, and then maybe we'll say it's in Westerville. So then I'm going to save changes, and that will update there. I personally would like this bold. I'm going to go ahead and bold that just to make it stand out a little bit more there. If you want, you can keep this here and update the information also by using the typewriter. I sometimes think less is more, and you're going to be able to add more stuff in the ad when you get to campaigns. So you can keep this and update it, or you can just delete it right here. So I kind of like that it's just listed. Here's the address. And then down here, you want to absolutely make sure that you switch out your logo. So I like to delete the DBA logo. And then if you just click on one of the logos, you'll see it pops it right in the middle. And then you could just drag that down to wherever you want it. So that looks really good. This is built in 2015. So if you see that down there, you want to make sure you edit that. If it was built a lot longer or before, and you don't really want to add that, you can again just delete it or change it. Completely up to you. So when you're happy with your design, you're going to want to download it as a PNG. So we're going to do that and have it download. So that's going to go down to the bottom of your screen. You're going to say done. And then you get to the final step. So from here, you're going to go to campaigns. So campaigns, and I just realized I don't think Megan is part of, I don't think she has her Facebook connected. So I'm just going to switch accounts really quick and go into my account. And we'll just use one of the designs that I have already saved. Actually, I still have this design down here, so we could still use the same thing. So from here, we're going to go into campaigns. And you're going to create a new campaign, and you want to do a social paid ad. Start at the top. And this is the name for you, so you could just do the address. And you want to advertise a listing, and you want to advertise it on Facebook. So we're going to create the campaign, and here you are. So if you have your address, again, if you have your listing in the MLS, I always recommend to go all statuses, all listings, and then search by the MLS number. That will give you access to your photos and all your descriptions again, which you're not going to really need the photos because we created our own. So you could also just hit the X button and it gets you to where you want to get started. So I'm just going to close this arrow. So basically the objective is to get through each one of these folders and have this green check mark. So I personally like to configure the media first because everything on the right over here is a preview. So you get to watch as you build it. So I'm going to configure the media first, and then I'm going to select media. I'm going to add an image, and then I get to upload it. So you can browse it from your design library. I will say that sometimes errors out, which is why I like to download it from the design so I can upload it, and then I could simply drag and drop it right in the middle. So I see it down here. I'm just going to say preview and crop. It is cropped in the way that I want it to be in the square. Now, had I chose a wide design, I would have to change this to wide. But since I chose square, it's the default. We'll just save the image. So now you could see on the right-hand side, this is starting to build over here. So I'm going to go ahead and save that media. Now I get to go back to the text. So in here, you would want to say, you know, you could put your description again. I'll just say, don't miss this beautiful home in Westerville. And then you can add your emojis, and I would absolutely recommend adding emojis just because it adds more. You can search. It adds more color up here, draws the eye. So if you're not adding them where you want them, they will always populate at the end. So you just need to cut them and paste them where you want them to be. So don't miss this beautiful home in Westerville. You can, you know, say when showings start, and then do maybe an explanation. But here's where you fill that in. You add your emojis. When you're happy, you can see it building over on this side. The headline is going to be something that catches them, like, you don't have to say just listed again. Maybe it could be, I already said don't miss this one. Hurry before, maybe I'll do all caps. Hurry before it's gone. So you have to be careful because right here you only have 22, so you only have 25 characters. So we can actually even throw in an exclamation, and that goes down here. The description, I like this part because there's suggestions. So you can see here's a suggestion down here. You can shuffle, schedule a private showing with me today, view photos and videos of this home, or you could be coming home to this. So I'm just going to use this suggestion. I like this one, so I can simply say use suggestion. Now all my text is done. You can see I have the green check mark, and I can go ahead and save that. So now that I have 2 check marks, I'm going to go into my Facebook settings. So I'm going to configure that, starting at the top. And again, you want to make sure your Facebook is connected in your settings. So we're going to click on your business page here, and hopefully it connects. And up here, you're going to see your business page. If it doesn't, you want to go open a new tab, go back to agent.kw.com, go into your settings here, and you want to make sure that it is connected for the scheduling and, most importantly, for what we're doing, the Facebook paid ads manager. So you may have to go in and manage and click down here and see if it is checked. If it's not checked, you're going to have to check it. You may get a pop-up to Facebook to agree to the terms, and go ahead and make sure you're on your business page and agree. And then you'll come back here. You'll have to check this box again. It might close when that happens. So you might have to reopen it, check that box again, and say done. From there, you can go back to your campaign. Probably are going to have to, this is if your Facebook is not connected, you're probably going to have to save it as a draft and then come back into it. So you might have to go save as a draft, yes, and then come back in over here to edit. Now, if you're already connected, obviously you could just skip that part, and definitely always make sure you're choosing Facebook lead gen form. Now, the button label is the learn more that you see here. Oh, excuse me, I just saw that these are double logoed. So that is in the media. So if you add a logo to your design, you could just click the X where it says DBA logo, just click the X and it gets rid of it there. So you just have your one and then go ahead and save that. So pay attention to make sure you don't have the double logo. So back to Facebook settings. Here you want to choose, so it says learn more. So when they click on learn more, where do you want them to go? Now I would say open a new tab and go to your website. And then from there, now, oops, I did the wrong thing. .kw.com. So if you have your listing in the MLS, again, I would recommend searching for your listing, and we're going to pretend this is it. And then you would take this URL. So that is only if your listing is in the MLS and has syndicated through to your website. You would search your website, click on the property, take this URL, and you would paste it right in here. Now, if you don't have your listing in the MLS, you still want to direct them to your website, but maybe just to your homepage or maybe to your Contact Me page. Now, they're already going to have to fill something out, so maybe you would just go straight to their home. So if you just wanted to put your website, you would copy that. And then every time you put your cursor in here, this HTTPS auto-populates. So delete that first and then paste. So you'll get a little check mark right here. It should, as soon as it loads. Perfect. And then we're going to go to audience. So there's not very much you want to do with the audience. You're basically going to pick the city, the town that your listing is in. So for me, I was just saying Westerville, Ohio, and then hit the enter to search for that. Oops. Let's try that. Oh, so I clicked on it. There it is. So I did the design for 123 Main Street, Westerville, Ohio. So I'm going to do Westerville, and at 20 miles is plenty. But if you wanted to bring it out a little bit more, 25, I would say don't go more than 25 and don't go less than 15, because you're trying to attract people not only in this town but towns outside of it. So go ahead and save that. And then now we get to the lead settings. So you're going to configure your lead settings. This is where we set up that smart plan trigger. So we want it to auto tag Facebook. So I don't have the Facebook that we just did on the other account. I just have this random one, but you're going to choose the Facebook lead that we created. I guess I can go ahead and create it right here and add it. So you're going to see that when you pick the smart plan, you actually are not going to have to choose a smart plan, because we set the trigger up. It's going to automatically start that smart plan because the trigger is this tag. So once you put that tag in, you don't even have to pick a smart plan. It will automatically choose the correct one for you. So then you're going to hit save, and you get to do your budget and duration. I will say this is the average. 10 days is perfect. I wouldn't mess with that. You are going to get more views the more you spend. So if you do, I would probably recommend doing $50. That's completely up to you. It's your pocketbook. It's your money and your marketing budget. So that would be my recommendation, to up it to 50. But if this is your first ad and you want to test it, you can keep it at 30. So you're going to go ahead and hit save. This is kind of cool. This is new. Your audience definition, you get to see how many potential you're going to reach. And then when you have all of your check marks done, you're going to simply publish that campaign. Now I'm just going to save it as you'll publish the campaign. It'll ask you for your credit card. You'll put your credit card in, and then you'll follow the prompts to publish it. Now, once you go through all those steps, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have your ad right here. Instead of draft, it's going to say pending review. So If you do this ad today, it will not activate until tomorrow. And then what you're going to be looking for is right here, click the clicks per lead. So this is a number that will come in. So make sure also that you have your command app on your phone. This is where you'll get to see the number of leads you're getting from it, and then also you'll be able to click on it and get a list. So I hope this video helped you. Please let me know if you have any other questions.